When you were here last year, you just started your role as a first-team coach. How's that relationship developed with the manager and the rest of the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's gone really well. You know, as I said, I came in last year. I'd been promoted from the under-18 position. You know, so it was my first year in the job alongside, obviously, the gaffer and Colin. So it was just a case of getting to know each other really. You know, as the season progressed. You know, I think the manager's learned to trust me and understands that, you know, I've got a fair idea of what I'm on about, and it's gone really well. Was
there like a two-way approach to you coming into the role? One was obviously the football side of things, but another side helping Colin, Pascoe and Brendan get into the club and get a feel of what the facilities were like and what the players were like?
Yeah, I think it was twofold. You know, obviously there was only the gaffer and Colin on the coaching staff. You know, so I think the manager was keen to appoint somebody who's got some relationship with the football club. I was fortunate that I was already in the football club working with the under-18s, you know. So I had the opportunity to travel to America when we went over to Boston on a pre-season tour, and it just snowballed from there really.
Have you missed any aspects of the under-18 job compared to the first team at all?
Yeah, I do. I miss working with the younger players. You know, it's two different spectrums, isn't it? It's people who are trying to make their way in the game and fully fledged internationals. So it's I do miss certain aspects of it, but then again, it's compensated by working with some really top stars.
And from the time when you played and to the time now, what ways have kind of the training methods changed? What's been different from when you were perhaps before under Kenny and with Brendan and in your role as coach?
I think there's a bit more thought involved now. You know, when I was a player at Liverpool, a lot was five-a-side. You know. It was a small side of games, which we do tend to have now, but you know, there's a lot more input from the scientists. You know, the sports science department get involved and guide us in the right direction. We put our own slant on it, but there's a lot more thought and a lot more in-depth study to what the outcomes are.
As fans don't really get to see what goes on behind the scenes. What's a typical day life like for Mike Marsh?
Yeah, it's variable. Say on a regular day, if we haven't got a game, you know, if we play from Saturday to Saturday, I normally get in the building about 8 o'clock, you know, get into my training kit, I've got a bite to eat and a cup of tea. We have a staff meeting at 9 o'clock, you know, we'll go out and set the session up, ready for the players to come out for 10:30. The session normally finishes around 12, you know, you shower and have your lunch, and then we'll either review the training session or review games that have been gone, or we'll analyse games that are coming up, or as you know, well, I'll pop down to the academy and have a chat with the coaches there, you know, we'll watch games and, you know, see the afternoon programme that's going on at the academy, so it's a pretty full schedule. And
is there anything that you really enjoy as part of the schedule?
I enjoy all of it, you know, I'm a very lucky man to have the job that I've got, you know what I mean, so there's nothing about the job that I could say I don't enjoy. I just enjoy every minute of it.
And is there any challenging aspect of the job, or is it just easy as it comes?
No, it's really challenging, particularly for myself who spent a lot of time working in youth football. You know, that transition from working with youths to seniors, it took me a couple of months to get used to that aspect, but once I got over working, used to working with the young players who need a lot more coaching to working with seasoned internationals, it's been fun.
I just wanted to take you back to last year and just ask you if there was any moments or games that really stood out for you. I mean, I know for me, looking at Luis Suarez's goal against Newcastle when he took it on his chest and took it around the keeper when he had Colacini behind him. Was there any kind of moments or games for you?
Yeah, there was really, yeah. You talk about Newcastle when Luis scored, that was in a home game. I think when it all came together, it was the Newcastle away game really, when we won 6-0. You know, we scored early on in the game, we went on to score 6 goals in the game, but it was how we actually played in the game. Control the game, control possession, look threatening every time we got the ball. I think that was as near a perfect performance that you'll see. And
what do you think clicked in that game?
It just all comes together as it does sometimes, you know. Sometimes you don't know why, sometimes it's the opposition you're playing against or the players you've got on the pitch, but for whatever reason on the day, we performed really well. You know, the 11 players on the pitch and the subs who came on, everybody performed to the maximum.
How easy has it been to get Brendan's philosophy over to the players, having had the year to kind of bed in and having the pre-season that we've just had?
Well, you can see it's took a bit of time. You know, the managers come in, and it's not a drastic change in philosophy. Anyone who watches Liverpool Football Club, you know, it's always been a passive move philosophy here. You know, he's got little tweaks on it here and there, but he thinks we can improve. You know, last year when we all came back for pre-season, it was a bit disjointed as the players were coming back from championships. So we had the season to work on his ideas. This season we all came back, and we came back as one. It's the 1st of July, and I think we're seeing the benefit of that now. And
during pre-season we went over to Asia. Can you give us a taste of what that experience was like?
And for anyone who's never seen it, it's amazing. You know, went over to Jakarta, and it's Thailand and Australia. It's a mind-blowing experience, really. You know, to go over there and see the support Liverpool Football Club has in such a far-away place. You know, we know we've got a really strong fan base over in that part of the world, but when you get there, and if you haven't seen it, you know, it takes you back to where first.
What do you think Liverpool's start to the season? What's it been down to?
It's been down to hard work. You know, we came back on the 1st of July, and you know, the fitness guys have got the players in really good condition. You know, so that on the technical side of things, the players have been working really hard. The tactical side, the managers inputting his philosophy. I think it's all come together as one, to give us a real fighting chance of winning a game.
And has the unbeaten start to the season surprised yourself, surprised the players?
I don't think it surprised us. You know, we finished last season very strongly. You know, I think when we're at our best, we can compete against anybody. You know, it's the fact that we've now got a little bit of consistency to go with our form. You know, I think on any given day we can beat any team, but now we seem to be doing it on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, it's been such a fantastic start to the season. It's been very exciting for the fans, and Daniel Sturridge he just keeps scoring.
Yeah, he scored 4 and 4, plus the goal he scored against Notts County in the Cup. So he's got 5 goals this season, and long may it continue. You know, he's looking really sharp.
I read a quote from Brendan saying that actually from December onwards is when we'll see a real push from the team. Can you just give us a bit more detail around what that thinking is?
Well, if you're looking at it from December onwards, you know, we've got a stronger group of players now than we had last year. You know, and if you're coming up to the January transfer window, you know, maybe we can go and strengthen again if we have to. You know, but again, it's another 4 or 5 months of waiting to the manager's ideas and the philosophy, and working every day and training to make yourself better. Talking
of the January transfer window, there's a player who we will all want back. But unfortunately he's retired, is Jamie Carragher. What's the atmosphere been like around Liverpool, around the dressing room without Jamie there? Yeah, it's a little bit quieter, you know. Jamie's no shrinking violet, is he? You know, he lets us feel him not only know in certain terms, but yeah, he's a big miss on and off the pitch. You know, we have really, well, he's going to be a big miss for anybody, such an important part of the team. But you know, we brought players in to try and replace him. We've got 2 or 3 centre-halves signed in the window, and you know, we're trying to fill that gap, but it's difficult. And finally, Mike, I asked this question last year, so it feels fitting that I repeat this question again. What do you think we can expect from Liverpool this season? Well, I'm hoping that we can stay up near the top of the league for as long as we possibly can. You know, to actually finish as champions might be a bridge too far, but you never know. We've started really well, and we're just trying to keep that run going for as long as possible.